I wear sunglasses because it is part of my persona as Mr. Bizu.
Can I wear sunglasses?
You can wear sunglasses if you want. Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing? Welcome to the NNP in Nairobi review of Black Panther. I'm Mr. Bizu, and with me is
Savage Dolls.
Savage Dolls. That's right. We're enjoying some vodka and apple vodka, apparently, mixed with Sprite.
Sprite, yes.
Yes, Sprite. And this disembodied voice that's taking place
The coolest person ever.
on the right or left side of the screen. I don't know how this works. Yes, is the coolest person in the world over there. But today will also be joining us for the Black Panther review. First things first about this movie. It's been out for what, like 3.5 weeks now? Like 4 weeks now, exactly. So just so you know, there will be major spoilers. If you haven't seen this movie by now, chances are we're not going to be friends anyway.
We don't care.
We don't care. we really don't care at this point. Because it's been out for 4 weeks. It's made $1 billion. If you haven't seen it by now, then that's really on you. First impressions. Black Panther, what did you think of the movie? Or how many times did you see it first?
I've only seen it once, but I feel as if I need to see it like 3 more times to fully understand and absorb all the awesomeness.
I have seen it 4 times actually already. But I still feel like I need to see it again as well. Because it was really, really good. Every time I go to see it, I do feel like I kind of pick up something else. So I thought it was really, really good. Of course, I saw it 4 times, so I had to think it was pretty good. Yeah, the visuals, the music, the acting, everything got it.
And I love the visualization of the different African cultures. Like if you understand African culture, you can see the Tinkanas, the guys from the West, the Lesothos with their blankets. Like it was amazing how they put together all these incredible African cultures together.
Yes, it was really, really cool. Like it was just seeing all that, and seeing as how I've been here now for a couple of months. Like I was able to really see the connection just to Kenya specifically. Like they actually had Choma in Wakanda. I didn't know that. That was actually really cool. I was like, oh, we got Choma. So I know that if I could really go to Wakanda when Wakanda really becomes a thing, then yeah, there'll be a cookout. There'll be a cookout there. So I'm pretty cool about that. I think at this point we all know the plot of the movie. Like it's pretty self-explanatory, right? It's pretty simple actually. Guy, he becomes king and he has to defend his kingdom against evildoers, whatever. So in this review, what we're going to do is just talk about some of the major themes and the stuff that we really like, because like I said, plot's pretty straightforward. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was Wakanda.
I think that is the Africa I imagine if colonization and slavery, all this shit didn't happen, and we would, I don't know if we had vibranium, I don't know, but we have the capability to be this kind of Africa where it's not just about poverty, it's about the culture, the technology, because we have good tech here, guys are coming up, and if we work together and not be divided, get rid of the wars and all the bad shit, then that could be a reality.
Exactly, and that was one of the things that I thought was really cool, because you had this African country that was untouched by any sort of outside influences, and people are like, oh, vibranium's not real. It's like, yeah, but diamonds are real, and gold, and coltan, all that stuff is real. So it's just kind of imagine if because you can find all that stuff in DRC.
Yeah, like the Congo is probably like the Wakanda of Africa.
Exactly.
There's so much bloodshed lying.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's imagine if the Congo was untouched by any sort of colonization, and they were able to really capitalize on the resources that found there. Yeah, they'd probably be the richest country on earth.
Yeah, and Tanzania too with Tanzanite. If it wasn't owned by the mines, actually the Tanzanian government is taking over the mines.
Oh, word.
So because they want to make money off it, so you have to pay a license from them.
Yeah, so Yeah, but that's what I thought was just really, really cool, because it had this image of like what Africa, not so much what it could have been, but like, I don't know, what it could have been and what it can still be, because, you know, I still feel like, you know, it can still be like that. One of the other things that they did in the movie, where they tried to say like the reason why all the African cultures can kind of be found in Wakanda is apparently Wakanda was first, and then they like spread to all the other countries of Africa. That's why all the other African countries are in. That's why.
Yeah, but it's true. You see when the movie was starting and they show you the map, so it's from like Lake Turkana coming out. And Lake Turkana is considered to be the cradle of mankind.
Oh, like, that's what that was, Lake Turkana?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
I didn't know that.
It's meant. It's actually Wakanda is somewhere in East Africa, and the fact that they picked the place where humanity started, and then like
Really?
we all diverged across, because that's where you find the oldest living species of mankind and all that stuff. Really cool. Yeah.
One thing that I am worried about though is like in the next, like this, because it's all part of like this big like Marvel universe, whatever. And in the next movie, there's supposed to be like this giant war, and this alien Thanos is supposed to come down and like destroy everything. So I am kind of worried that they're going to go to Wakanda and like destroy Wakanda. But I'm glad that at least we still have this movie.
No, I don't think
it, like,
Wakanda will be touched, because they have like a shield thing, and in the trailers, if you look at the trailers, it's more of a New York City, America versus the aliens. If the scenes they've shown us where the war is happening, yes, of course, like the king and his soldiers are planning how they're going to go, and now when they decide we're going to help people out. So probably Wakanda could be the safe haven for all the people who get displaced by the war to come. Could be.
Yeah, but that means they're gonna have to start letting people in.
They already are letting people in at the end of the movie. They said they're going to open up centers.
Yeah, that's true. But the only people that I would want to go in there would be like the little kids from Oakland. Like that's it. Those are the only people that I would want inside. The women of Wakanda were they were amazing. Like, they really don't have any other word for it.
I think this is the first time a movie has accurately represented the badassness of women. Like, it's not just that they can fight, but women are badass.
Yeah.
Like, we could rule nations if we wanted to, and do it really, really well.
Because it was different, because, you know, in some cases, like, where like the man is like always on top and they're always like the heroes and everything. But in other movies like Wonder Woman, where they tried to show women strong, but it only worked like if there were no men around.
Yeah.
So it still wasn't really the same.
Yeah.
But it's like in Wakanda, everybody was equal. You know what I'm saying? Like men and women were both working together. You know what I'm saying? And everybody was essentially equal. Like Okoye was an equal to T'Challa. In some cases, they said that she was actually a better fighter than T'Challa at some point. Because he kind of gets his ass beat a lot. Like, to be fair, T'Challa kind of gets beat up a lot. You have Nakia, you have Shuri, you know, like, it's very, you know, it really shows, like, how women are capable. You know?
Yeah, and I think if it wasn't for the women, T'Challa wouldn't have made it back to the moon. Because they fought for him to get back. You know, it was sort of like, it was about the Black Panther, but the women sort of subtly were like the main role.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of interesting that the one time he didn't listen to any of the women was the time when he fought to Killmonger and lost. Like, that was like the one time in the entire movie. Every other time he's like, Okoye would be like, hey, you should probably do this, and Nakia and shit, like, they're all trying to talk to him. But when he actually goes against what they say, that's when he loses. You know what I'm saying? Okay, the cat is eating me. This is a new addition to the review.
Hey Moon, how are you?
Yeah.
You also want to give, you're a White Panther though.
Yeah, you can't be, you can't talk.
You can't say that.
You can't talk.
No.
Okay.
Black inside.
Brown.
This
Yeah,
is
I
the
know.
Black inside.
This is the colonizer cast. This is the colonizer cast.
You know.
Oh yeah, and another thing that I really liked was Nakia. It was interesting because in a way I feel like she was right. Like at the end of the day, like she was kind of the person that had the idea of like we should open up in the end. And at the end of the movie, like T'Challa's like, yeah, she's probably right. We should probably do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she was right the whole time. I also thought it was interesting that in T'Challa, like with T'Challa, you see him like kind of surrounded by women, and like he has all this like feminine energy around him, but like Killmonger has like none of that. Like he has like no women around him at all.
And the one woman he had around him, he killed her.
Shot her
Like,
in the
bam.
face is what it looks like. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that was pretty.
I think he'd have made it much further if he started there. He didn't shoot her in the head. Yes.
It's a message right there.
I lived my entire life waiting for this moment. I trained, I lied, I killed, just to get here. I killed in America, Afghanistan, Iraq. I took life from my own brothers and sisters right here on this continent. And all this death, just so I could kill you.
And I like the fact that even Killmonger wasn't like a villain, you actually understand where he's coming from.
Mhm.
And I think it's because he had a backstory.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the Marvel villains, a lot of the villains in movies are just villains. Like, yeah, I just want to be bad.
Yeah.
And he was actually fighting for something
Yeah.
that he believed in. It may have been wrong, but
Yeah, but that also leads into our next point, the whole Killmonger versus T'Challa, because there were a lot of people that were on, they're like online, whatever, that were saying that, Killmonger was right and everything. So the thing that I want to ask, because I thought this was interesting, is that how, like, as Black Americans, is that how we look? Because he, like, you can kind of understand how he was coming from, but he looked kind of crazy.
yeah.
As he was saying, too.
Okay, I'm going to put it this way.
Mhm.
A friend of mine, she's not African, but she's been to Africa a lot, and she works with a lot of Black Americans. And
Okay.
she gets the difference between Africans and Black Americans. Because the history you guys get is all about slavery. There's no like, you guys don't get taught about you were kings and queens when you came to this land. You don't understand about your culture.
Yeah.
And the culture you grow up with sort of makes you guys angry. And like us, we have
Just a little
traditions.
angry, just a little.
Yeah, just a little bit. But we grow up with a lot of tradition and culture, and we can map down our roots to where we came from. So we have something that makes us feel as if we belong. So if I come across somebody who wants to make me feel as if I'm at home, I'm like, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing you can say or do to make me feel as if I don't belong here. I know where I was. I can trace 50 generations back.
That's insane.
Yeah.
The farthest I've gotten is like 3, maybe 4.
3.
That's as far as I can go back. The farthest I can go is the British Virgin Islands. That's as far as we've gone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. After that, it's lost thing.
So, like, we get told stories about our grandmas that were passed down from their grandmas.
Yeah.
Like, so it's sort of, we have something that holds us, but then if you don't have that, then you feel like,
I think that's something that a lot of people in the diaspora like really kind of like wrestle with in a way. And you have some people that, they try to ignore it. Some people try to make peace with it. Some people are angry because that's like, because you see everybody else in the world kind of has this. And, for you to not have it, it can kind of mess with you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And vibranium isn't real or anything, but like if we found out that like Uganda had vibranium or something and they were living like the Jetsons all this time, man, there'd be like a Killmonger every other day, like showing up there. Like it would not be, because it's like, because we would be like, hey, like why didn't you guys come help us? You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was interesting, and I thought it was really, really interesting of Kugler for him to like really talk about this kind of tension between Africans and Black Americans. With that being said, though, do you think he was right?
I wouldn't say he was right, and I wouldn't say he was wrong.
Okay.
I understand. Okay, for somebody else who probably doesn't understand, he'll be like, that guy is just crazy. He's a whiny little baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a whiny little baby and all that. He doesn't get it. They're trying to protect. Because now, also from the fact that we were colonialized, I would want to protect my Wakanda from the British and the Germans and the Dutch, you know. So there's that other point.
Somebody did bring that up before about how like, yeah, Killmonger might have had a point, but for him to come in and because he's American, right? Because like he was like a CIA agent and everything, so it's just like for him to try to come in and like change all of their like traditions and everything, it's kind of the same thing as like when America would like come into an African country and like try to change everything. So
yeah, it's a typical American thing when you go anywhere.
Yeah.
In the Middle East.
It's
like Americans, you have to confront.
Maybe once or twice. Maybe that's something that might have happened and everything. But I don't know, man. I wouldn't say like, how was it? Like Killmonger, like his anger was, you know, valid and everything. Not just for like, oh, why don't you come get this, but like Black Panther did kill his dad and just left him there like on the floor. Yeah. So like he definitely is valid in his anger. But with that being said, he is crazy. Like he went crazy, like because he was just trying to like destroy everything, you know.
But I do think it's the visualization. I'm trying to think maybe he was trying to say something like how you're trying to solve a problem and end up causing more harm than good in the run.
Yeah.
Like, this is how we think things should run now. That mentality. It's very American.
Yeah, because and other people have said that and everything. It's like, you know, sometimes when even Black people, when they leave America, they go somewhere else and then they become Americans. You know, it's really, it's really not good. Like, we kind of have to leave America to act and be treated like Americans in a way. So we still have that same imperialistic, you know, mindset. And you could kind of tell with Killmonger because he didn't know what any of the customs were. Like he burnt down all the herbs, which I thought was stupid. I thought that was really dumb because it's like, all right, these flowers give you superpowers. Like that just seems like a bad decision. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe you could pass some of the things around, or maybe just hold on to 2 or 3 for yourself in case somebody tries to like poison. Because we've seen them do that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like definitely possible. So, but yeah, that's when I kind of knew that he was just kind of he was just a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a villain. Like I could understand what he was trying to say or do, but once he burnt down that car, he was a wrap.
Yeah, absolutely.
Remote driving system activated.
Wait, which side of the road is it?
For boss sake, just drive.
Okay, calm down. Woo! Let's go!
Shuri is the future of Africa and Black people in general.
I think she's really smart, and the thing, I know a lot of techies here, and we don't get credit for being like smart and smart in science and in computers, but we have it. We are as brilliant as all the money for it.
It's okay, white people.
Shuri represents young Africans right now who are capable of coming up with awesome new tech.
Yeah. And I think it's really good, not just for like young African women specifically, but just Black women, period. Because just a lot of Black women are told that science and engineering and math, like that's not something that's for them. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of black women are kind of like shunned, you know, when they decide to enter these fields and everything. So to see somebody like Shuri on the screen that like represents them and everything, it's really inspiring. You know, I think it is. You know, and hopefully this will like encourage more black girls to, you know, get into science and engineering, or what is it called, the STEM fields? Yeah, like this would encourage them to get into STEM. So I was really, really excited to see her to do that and for her to look so happy. And her hair was always done. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there was one scene where she's like in her lab, and then she runs outside to go fight the guys, whatever, and her hair is different. So that means she invented a machine that did her hair anytime she needed to.
I sure did that.
Priorities. Alright? She has her priorities.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was really cool. So hopefully somebody's gonna come out with a vibranium braider in the future.
One that doesn't cut.
Alright, so what were the criticisms, if you had any?
I have one, but it can be helped. The accent.
Everybody has a problem with the accents.
Even the South Koreans were laughing at the
Everybody
accents.
had a thing with the accents.
Yeah, but they really tried. Apart from Baku, Baku nailed his Nigerian accent.
He was like, when I was in the theater, as soon as he opened his mouth, everybody was like,
yeah, so
Nigerian.
Finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, he nailed. I don't know that he's Nigerian enough, but he nailed it. He was also quite. I wanted to see more of Baku. He brought life to the movie and made it sort of interesting. You know, his personality and character. And
Yeah.
next time, a little bit more of Baku would be good.
A lot of ladies like Mbaku. A lot of ladies really, they were all about them some Mbaku.
But I also think he's like a typical African man you expect.
Really?
Yeah, he has the personalities, you know, stubborn, takes time to make decisions.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, I think this might be benefit me, let me go with it, you know.
But you know what's funny? The actual actor, he's from, I think he's from Trinidad.
Oh.
Yeah, he's Trinidadian. Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
He's Trinidad, but I think he grew up in the States, and then he has learned this Nigerian. It's very, very diverse. I couldn't tell like the accents and everything. Everybody did sound slightly different. I will say that. They did sound similar, except for of course Mbaku, but everybody else was like, it sounded like they, I don't know. It's kind of like how people that are like Americans, like you have some people that sound like they're from the South, and you have some people that sound like they're from New York, and you have people that sound like, it sounded like that, like they were from different regions.
No, but the thing is, I think the main language is focused.
Yeah.
And so that the cost the South Africans have is unique.
Yeah.
You know, like I think I know it's hard, but if you're going to speak Xhosa, try and like sound like a South African, because I know it's a different representation of different countries. But you know, if the mother tongue should at least, like how you speak South Korean, then Chinese with the accent. It has to be there, South Korean. Yeah. But I guess they tried. They really worked hard on that.
A for effort. How did Lupita sound?
Surprisingly, not for a Kenyan. I don't know, maybe because she's lived in the States for so long, but
really,
I think that Kenyan thing. There's the Kenyan thing we all have when we're speaking. Like if you go to Uganda, if you go to Kenya, Tanzania, there's this band, this thing that we have. You can tell we're from East Africa.
Wait, so she did sound, or she
didn't?
No,
she didn't.
She didn't sound.
Yeah. I don't know if you speak Swahili. There is, but maybe because she's lived abroad for so long, it's hard for her to. She should have come and just hang out in Kenya for like 6 months.
Oh yeah.
Get one of Kenyan girlfriends to go and hang out with her during the shooting of the movie. Yeah.
My thing was the CGI. I think some of the CGI. This is like a small thing. It wasn't really like that big of a thing for me. But like I said, like it was, the CGI looked a little weird in some places because in the comic books and everything, Black Panther is like a really, really good fighter and everything. Like knows all the martial arts and all that. And I remember not just, you know, Captain America, the way they put all of his fight scenes together, like it looks really well choreographed and everything. But Michael B. Jordan, he was a boxer in Coogler's last movie, and Chadwick Boseman, I think he knows capoeira, so it's like they know how to like fight and everything. So I just wanted better fight scenes. Like that was really good. Like I said, it's not a deal breaker or anything, but that's really it. Also, they didn't shoot in Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That subset was definitely
Yeah, that was something. Somebody brought that to my
African sunset,
attention.
yeah.
Yeah, they were like, none of the movie was shot in Africa, but it was shot in Atlanta, and I'm from Atlanta, so technically, I'm from Wakanda.
Yeah.
That was the NNP review of Black Panther. Thank you all so much for watching. I am Mr. Bizu, and where can we find you?
Savage Dolls Kenya.
Savage Dolls Kenya. Anywhere on the internet or anything?
Yeah, savagedolls.com. Like it's a travel blog with just 5 blogs. More to come soon.
Oh.
Yeah, like 5 blogs.
Alright.
This weekend, hopefully. Get my shit together.
Fingers crossed. Alright, and you guys know me, Mr. Bizu. You can find me all over the internet at NNP Nation on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that cool stuff. And with that, we're going to finish the rest of this vodka because we have to. Alright, peace.